Sorry. Good night for Mr. Sudamen and Miss Parmonang Togatorov. In here, I will presentation our uh, uh, slide. Uh, our topic is credit risk classification with like credit boosting machine. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Lucas Ronaldo Tabarat. With in 112 S 19036. I'm from Information System 2019. Now I will presentation our background. Peer-to-peer lending has become a significant innovation in the financial sector, with credit risk being a primary concern that can lead to economic loss. Effective credit risk management is crucial in safeguarding the interests of stakeholders. In this context, the use of LGBM algorithm as a tool address credit risk is gaining attention. Previous research has shown that LGBM has advantage in speed, efficiency, and accuracy in classifying data, particularly in machine learning tasks such as regression, classification, and rank. By performing feature selection using the LGBM model to obtain feature importance, this research aims to select the features most related to the target variable for use in training the LGBM model. The potential use of LGBM as a machine learning algorithm in credit risk analysis in the peer-to-peer lending and fintech industry in the main focus of this research and is capable of classifying good borrowers and bad borrowers. The table of contents. Firstly, introduction. The second, research question. The third, scope. The fourth, design, and the fifth, demo. In the research question, firstly, how does the feature engineering affect the performance of the LGBM model in classifying credit risks? And the second, how well does the LGBM algorithm perform in modeling to determine feature importance for classifying good loans and bad loans? Next, scope. In scope, firstly, data from Kaggle source. The main source of data comes from Kaggle, with the caveat that the availability and quality of the data may impact the accuracy of the resulting model. The second, credit risk analysis. This study will focus on credit risk analysis using LGBM. Identifying significant credit risk factors will be the main focus, but it should be acknowledged that it's not possible to encompass all the complexity of potential risk factor. In the third, implementation of LGBM. This study will focus on credit risk analysis using LGBM. Identifying significant credit risk factors will be the main focus, but it should be acknowledged that it's not possible to encompass all the complexity of potential risk factors. And the fourth, data from Kaggle source. The main source of data is from Kaggle, with the limitation that the availability and quality of the data may impact the accuracy of the resulting map. And the fourth, data availability limitation. While data from Kaggle is used as the basis for research, limitation on the quantity, depth, or diversity on data can impact the generalizability of findings. These factors need to be acknowledged to maintain the research limitations. And the last, time and research constraints. In relation to time constraints and research resource, certain aspects such as in-depth analysis of all credit factors or testing models under various conditions may not be really feasible. And there is our design. First, data cleaning globe, and then to next step to data processing. In data processing, have data cleaning and and after that data transformation. After data processing, next to feature engineering, and after that to feature selection, where the feature selection have a data set and data train, and in data set and data test and data train have like GBM to find feature importance. Next, after that, modeling with LGBM. Next, have model, confusion matrix, and the last, prediction data. And there's two prediction data, good borrower or the first good borrower and bad borrower. Next, demo data. Okay, we continue to exploratory data analysis, the demo data. Firstly, we're going to exploratory data analysis. In EDA, we read the data and then check the data. After that, we can see the data looks too large and there are columns that are not readable. Like we check the shape, and after we run, there are 74 columns and only the pandas can only display 20 columns. So print data for every 20 columns for checking. We checking all columns. After we run this code, we can see there are some columns that we don't need to use. Example, ID, member ID, member ID, issued, and URL, and the URL, and the last is DEX. After that, we save these columns into a list. Column drop, member ID, issued, URL, and DEX. After that, there is some columns that we don't need to use, zip code and address state. Where zip code is the borrower lives, and the state code where the borrower address state displays the state code or state where the borrower lives. After that, we add these columns to previous list. After that, next we check the data set and to find out the data type in each column. And then we check data null column. We check for empty data or null values. As we know, not all data can be displayed because there are too many columns. Let's check with the table. There are several columns with very high null values. For this check percentage of null values, use a threshold of 10% first to see the amount of data. It can be seen that there are quite a lot of columns above the 60% threshold. 60% of null data cannot be resolved by simply by filling in the value 0, mean or median, because it will increase the error. For this reason, we will drop columns with a percentage of null values above 60%. In here we can see we drop column in above 60%. After that, let's see how many full data are below the 60% threshold and not 0. Next, we going to imputation the data with the mean. After that, we define column null under 60%, and we drop to many columns like title, arrays, create line, and etc. And we can see after that we going to pre-processing. The firstly we drop the column. After drop the column, we imputation, and don't forget to check the column. We don't forget to check the column null column. If the step can are correct, there shall be only 3 null columns are remaining as follows, like title, line, and last credit. After that, we check again the remaining columns and make a decision what to do with those columns. Based on the checking results, the approach that will be taken is as follows. The null column will be replaced by employed, and the null column will be replaced with 0. And the null column in last credit will be replaced February 2024. After we run this code, we check again, there are still null columns. And then we change the null value and check again, there are have a value null or not. Next, we going to address the second ADA and preprocessing. Because of the number of columns is too large, further checking is needed to ensure that each column can be used according to this function. And this ADA and preprocessing will be carried out in simultaneously for time efficient and to make it easier to understand the content of the data set. Next, encoding. In order to use column with the object data, encoding needs to be done where its data will be converted into numeric form. The goal of encoding is to process data in a form that can be recognized by machine learning models. For that, we take uh, only value in term column, and we check again unique values and check the all of data. Next, perform ordinal encoding on the object column whose values are related to this sequence. That is, the smaller the value, the better. We choose the column to do encoding label and doing initialization and encoding to column after we find out. And then we do a label encoder on mtitle because there are quite a lot of them. We can't use one hot encoding because it will give too large a result. And after the encoder label was carried out, it's turned that the result provide is hundreds of thousands. Perform one hot encoding on the remaining columns. The reason is because the difference in values does not respect the order. So is the right approach. After that, we through the encoding process, both ordinal, label, and one hot. The last column remaining shall be the loan status column. However, we will use this column to create a new feature or column in the feature engineering selection. Next, feature engineering. We descend from last borrowing to current. In this step, we use the last credit pool. The step to be taken as follows. The first, create a new column. The second, calculate the distance, and the third, drop a new column in this step first. After that, we're going to loan status. We will only use to loan status. The firstly, good will be written as 0 in determining the data. and that will be written as one in the determining data that is not given permission to be given alone. Next, feature selection. Feature selection function to select the most appropriate features for the model, even though we have prepared all the column for the modeling process, LexGBM will be used in the feature selection. And then we select data for available X and Y, then separate train and test data. Next, we going to modeling. After the features are select based on the LexGBM model, do modeling to determine the accuracy of the model. And in here, you can see the model accuracy can the value can be taken on 97%. Okay, that's all our that's all my presentation. If I have a mistake in on presentation, I very apologize because my English speaking is too weak. Thank you, Mr. Samuel and Miss Parmunangan Pogatorop.